Today we're going to talk about how to make a slide out menu on iOS. It's actually very simple. I get asked to do it a lot from my clients. And I'm just going to get right into it, man. Who wants to hear me talk all day, right? So let's look at it. It's a button. You click the button. The menu comes out. You can swipe it away. That's all it is, right? So, first off, I use SnapKit for all my constraints. I don't like the native way to do constraints. I feel like it's messy. It's not easy to read, so I don't use it. So, pretty much all I do is make a menu view. I set some stuff on and some shadow stuff, just to make it look good, but that's not important. What's important is making it work, right? I set the leading constraint equal to the super view's trailing constraint. I set the height equal to super view, and I set the width equal to a percentage of the super view, because you don't want it to slide out and cover the entire screen, right? And obviously I center it on the y-axis. And around the corners, just taste stuff, that's not very important. And then I have a button. If I can find it, here, and just usual way you set up a button. And I have a function called profile tap, because that button's supposed to be a profile image. I'm not done, still working on it. And what that does is I have a flag of a variable that tracks the state of the menu. And if it's false, if it's not open, we're gonna open it, and then we hide that button. And then we just remake the constraints to set the trailing constraint equal to the trailing constraint of our super view. And then we keep everything the same, and then we animate it. And animating in iOS is ridiculously easy. I just animate it with a 0.3 duration and just update the layout, and I change the variable to true. It's that simple. And when you want to close it, you do the opposite. And now, for me to close it, I have a pan gesture. And for that pan gesture, let's go find it. It's here. I just make a pan gesture, and I assign the function, which was dragged. I add it, and I add a delegate. And then down here at the function itself, this is actually pretty much a carbon copy from the example that Apple gives you in the documentation. Pro tip, trust the documentation. Read the documentation before you start any project with anything you're not 100% familiar with. And it's pretty much a carbon copy of it. You know what I'm saying? I set a variable for the view of the gesture recognizer. And then when it begins, I just get the initial center of that gesture recognizer when it's off screen. And then I say, while it's not canceled, while the device can read my gesture, if the initial center X plus the translation X is less than 225, which is pretty much just saying, if it's less than the position that it was in, then it's not gonna move. It's gonna cancel. It's gonna stop. So I guess you could say if it's more than the position it's in, because it goes to 0. But if it goes out to a certain point, I don't want to be able to drag it forever. I can't drag it out. Oh, actually you can. Gotta fix that, guys. Then we also say if it's greater than 225, which is the right half of the screen, we're going to animate it closing. So we just remake the constraints and set it to the constraints that we had in the beginning, animate it, and then change our flag. And that's pretty much it.